You might be living with a silent enemy inside your body and not even know it. High blood pressure and poor circulation are like ticking time bombs. They don't hurt, they don't scream, but when they explode, they cause life-changing damage. Heart attacks and strokes don't come with a warning, but your body does. It speaks, it whispers, it alerts you every single day. The problem is, most people don't know how to listen. If you're over 60, feel tired when walking, notice swelling in your feet at the end of the day, or your blood pressure never seems stable, this content is for you. Here we'll reveal the signs that your circulation may be getting worse, how to know if you're close to having a heart attack or stroke, and why sleeping with high blood pressure can be a real threat to your life. You'll also learn whether swollen feet are just a discomfort or a sign of something serious, and finally, discover what the ideal blood pressure is for your age. It's time to take control of your health through knowledge. It's not just about living longer, it's about living well with autonomy, energy, and safety. What you'll learn here could be the missing step to turn your health around. So pay attention, your body is talking to you. The question is, are you listening? When blood circulation starts to worsen, the body gives clear signals, but they're often ignored. One of the most common symptoms is swelling in the legs, ankles, and feet, especially at the end of the day. This fluid buildup happens because the blood struggles to return to the heart, getting trapped in the lower extremities. Alongside that, you may feel tingling or numbness in your arms and legs, a sign that oxygen and nutrients aren't reaching your cells properly. Another warning sign is a change in the temperature of your extremities. Hands and feet that feel cold even in warm environments suggest compromised blood flow. Nighttime cramps, especially in the calves, can also point to poor circulation. That is because your muscles aren't receiving the right amount of blood while you are at rest. Your skin reflects this problem too. It may become pale, bluish, or dry, and in more advanced cases, wounds may take a long time to heal, especially on the legs. Constant fatigue, exhaustion from walking short distances, and a heavy feeling in the legs are also red flags that blood isn't flowing as it should. There are even more silent but dangerous symptoms: dizziness when standing up, blurred vision, and chest pain. These suggest that your brain and heart may be receiving less oxygen, something that should never be ignored. If you've been feeling these signs, it's time to investigate and take care of your circulation. Improving your diet, walking regularly, and exploring natural solutions can make a big difference. Most importantly, don't wait for a scare to change. Poor circulation doesn't show up overnight, it progresses quietly. The sooner you act, the greater your chances of avoiding strokes, heart attacks, or even amputations. Your health deserves attention, and the first step begins with knowledge. Your body is warning you. Are you listening? Recognizing the signs that you may be close to a heart attack or stroke can literally save your life. The body usually gives warnings that should never be ignored, even if they seem small at first. One of the most common warning signs before a heart attack is chest pain. It can feel like pressure, tightness, or burning, usually in the center or left side of the chest, and may spread to the left arm, neck, back, or jaw. In some cases, the pain isn't intense, but a persistent feeling of discomfort is already a major red flag. Other symptoms include shortness of breath with minor effort, cold sweats for no clear reason, sudden dizziness, and unusual fatigue. In women and older adults, heart attacks can come with more subtle signs, like nausea, back pain, or sensations similar to indigestion. When it comes to strokes, the body also sends clear warnings. One of the first signs is weakness or numbness on one side of the body, in the arm, leg, or face. If your mouth droops on one side or you have trouble lifting both arms, that's a strong alert. Another sign is difficulty speaking or understanding speech. Your words may become slurred, disconnected, or fail to come out at all. Sudden vision changes like blurriness or partial loss of sight in one eye are also common. And if you experience a very intense headache, different from anything you've felt before, and without any clear cause, seek help immediately. In both heart attacks and strokes, time is critical. Every minute counts between full recovery and permanent damage or even death. If something feels wrong, don't wait for it to pass. See a doctor or get help immediately. Listening to your body is an act of intelligence and self-care. Those who act quickly protect their future. Don't underestimate the signs, they may be your strongest ally. Sleeping with high blood pressure is a silent danger that many people underestimate. During sleep, it's expected that blood pressure drops, allowing the heart and blood vessels to rest. However, when this drop doesn't happen, or worse, When blood pressure remains high throughout the night, the body stays in a constant state of alert, as if it never truly relaxes. This ongoing stress on the cardiovascular system drastically increases the risk of heart attack and stroke while you sleep. Nighttime hypertension is especially dangerous because it doesn't show obvious signs. Often a person falls asleep normally and doesn't realize they're at risk. Even more concerning studies show that serious cardiovascular events, like heart attacks and strokes, are more likely to occur in the early morning hours, due to a sudden rise in blood pressure upon waking combined with the stress accumulated overnight. High blood pressure also affects sleep quality. It is often linked to sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during the night, which further raises blood pressure. This creates a vicious cycle. High blood pressure disrupts sleep, and poor sleep worsens blood pressure. Another important issue is that high nighttime blood pressure often goes unnoticed during doctor visits. That's because blood pressure may seem under control during the day, but rises at night without being monitored. The only reliable way to detect this is through a 24-hour blood pressure monitor. Like an ABPM, ignoring this issue is dangerous. Sleeping with uncontrolled blood pressure is like leaving a ticking time bomb active. You might not wake up the next morning or could wake up with serious complications. If you have high blood pressure, it's essential to talk to your doctor about how it behaves at night. Adjusting your medication, improving bedtime habits, and monitoring your pressure regularly can make all the difference. Sleeping peacefully starts with controlled blood pressure. Your heart will thank you. Yes, swollen feet can be a sign of something serious, and they deserve attention, especially if it happens frequently or worsens throughout the day. While swelling can be normal on hot days or after long periods of standing, persistent swelling or swelling with other symptoms may indicate something more serious going on in your body, especially related to circulation or heart health. One of the most concerning causes is heart failure. When the heart can't pump blood efficiently, fluid starts to build up in the lower parts of the body, and the feet and ankles are usually the first to show it. Swelling is often more noticeable at the end of the day and can make the skin look shiny, stretched, or even painful to touch. In many cases, pressing the swollen area leaves a mark that takes time to fade. This is called edema. Another issue to watch for is poor circulation, which is very common in people with high blood pressure or vein problems. When blood struggles to return from the legs to the heart, it begins to pool in the extremities, causing swelling, a heavy feeling in the legs, and sometimes even cramps. If untreated, this can lead to deep vein thrombosis, a serious condition where blood clots form in the veins of the legs. Swelling can also be linked to problems in the kidneys or liver, which affect how fluids are balanced in the body. In those cases, swelling may appear not only in the feet but also in the hands, face, or abdomen. If you then notice that your feet are swelling frequently, even while at rest, or if the swelling is accompanied by shortness of breath, heart palpitations, or extreme fatigue, it's essential to see a doctor. These signs could point to a serious condition that needs immediate treatment. In other words, swelling may seem like a small issue, but when the body speaks, you need to listen. It might be quietly asking for help. Better to investigate than ignore. Yes, there is a range of blood pressure considered ideal for each age group, but the most important thing to understand is that ideal blood pressure isn't a fixed number. It's a safe average that protects your heart, brain, and kidneys from long-term damage. For most adults, including men between the ages of 60 and 75, the ideal blood pressure target is around 120/80 men. However, as we age, it's common for blood pressure to rise slightly, and that can be acceptable within certain limits. For older adults, for example, a pressure up to 130/80 mmHg is still considered very good. But when it consistently goes over 135/85 mmHg, it becomes a warning sign. If you frequently record readings above 140/90 mmHg, that falls into the range that doctors classify as hypertension, and that requires attention. But here's the key. Just because higher pressure is common with age doesn't mean it's normal. Many people think that's just part of getting older and ignore it, which can be dangerous. High blood pressure, even when it doesn't cause symptoms at first, gradually damages your blood vessels and greatly increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and kidney problems. It's important to check your pressure regularly, not just at the doctor's office, but also at home. This helps detect if your pressure fluctuates too much throughout the day or rises at night, which many people don't realize. The ideal approach is to use a reliable monitor and keep a log to share with your doctor. Also, keeping your pressure within a healthy range depends on your daily habits. A balanced diet, low salt intake, moderate physical activity, stress management, and when necessary, taking medications as prescribed. Your ideal pressure isn't just a number. It is the balance that allows you to live with health, energy, and safety. Controlling your pressure means securing more time with the ones you love.
Watch this video now, it will be useful to you. Let's go, believe in me. Don't miss this chance.